Ever since Dragon Ball Super came out, with recent manga chapters of Dragon Ball Super, a hot topic has once again risen amongst the Dragon Ball fanbase. That of course being Goku versus the God of Destruction, Beerus. Now of course, Goku and Beerus had their epic fight at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super and in the Battle of the Gods movie, but recently the topic has shifted to Goku with his Ultra Instinct and Master Ultra Instinct forms, and if they have surpassed Beerus or not. Today, I aim to answer that question on if Goku has truly surpassed Beerus, or if Beerus still remains the strongest being in Universe 7, of course besides Whis. Now, of course, with recent manga chapters, there's been stuff supporting both sides of the arguments, but there's also two different versions. We have anime Goku and Beerus, and we have the manga counterparts. So which ones will I be going over today? Well, today I thought it'd be better if I simply went over just the anime counterparts, and then go over the manga in the next video. So, without further ado, and wasting any time, let's jump straight into the video. In Battle of the Gods, we are introduced to Beerus, who is the God of Destruction of Universe 7. Now, Beerus is obviously the strongest opponent that Goku and Vegeta have ever faced up to that point in time, and I don't really think I need to use statements to show that, because Beerus just demolishes Goku without even trying while he's in Super Saiyan 3, and he smacks around Vegeta, who was stronger than Goku in his form after Beerus slapped Bulma. After Goku, Vegeta, and all the other Saiyans on Earth perform a ritual, Goku is allowed to transform into a god. With Goku's newfound power, a power that is massively shown to be above all other forms in Dragon Ball Super, he's capable of matching Beerus for some time before he ultimately fails against Beerus. During this fight, Goku and Beerus are able to clash with punches that nullify each other and are consistently able to harm each other. Now, it was revealed at the end of the Battle of the Gods movie that Beerus was holding back against Goku, with it even being stated by Whis that Beerus used around 70% of his power against Goku. However, that has long been retconned since we aren't aware of Beerus' full power, and if that was the actual case, Goku would have surpassed Beerus a long time ago. But in terms of the rest of the Battle of Gods arc in Dragon Ball Super, there's not much else that we can really cover except the scaling stuff, but we're here for the analysis part. So let's move on to the rest of the arcs in Dragon Ball Super. We're going to skip the Resurrection F arc, since there's not really anything important there besides Super Saiyan Blue being introduced, which is just a 50 times amp on top of Super Saiyan God. And the same kind of applies to the Universe 6 for the Universe 7 arc, because the only thing that we really get here is Goku using Kaioken times 10 with Super Saiyan Blue, and that scares Beerus. But that seems to be more of a gag than anything, much like Saitama, so I think we can just kind of ignore this. The Black Arc is what we're really here to cover, and where we get a bunch of interesting statements. The Black Arc is when Goku has a sparring match against Zamasu, and it's during the sparring match that's stated by Gosu that Goku's level of power was on that of a Gods of Destruction's level. And this is merely when Goku's just in Super Saiyan 2. He's not even using any God Ki. And yes, I know some people like math and be like, well, will Goku absorb God Ki and base and all that? Well, you know what I'm saying, right? He's not using Super Saiyan God or anything. Now, after the sparring match, this statement is a very good statement because it tells us two things. One, that Goku's power has massively improved since the Battle of the Gods, which should be pretty obvious due to training and a hyperbolic time share and things like that. But it also means that Goku is starting to near Beerus' level of power, or at least get into that realm. Now, when Goku and Vegeta are fighting against Zamasu, Trunks is able to kill Fuse Zamasu with a sword that's imbued with a spirit bomb, which kills the Goku Black side, but not the Zamasu side. This then allows Zamasu to embody himself within the universe and begin to override everything that exists. Now you might be asked, why am I talking about Infinite Zamasu, and how does this have any relevance for Goku versus Beerus? Well, it's actually stated by Goku that if he had just one Senzu beam, he would be able to contend with Infinite Zamasu. Keep in mind that Infinite Zamasu is weaker than Fuse Zamasu because Fuse Zamasu is the power of both Zamasu and Goku Black being combined, and then amplified by the Patara earrings, which is at least a 10 times amp. Now, Infinite Zamasu is merely just Zamasu surviving after being split, and then combining himself with the universe, so Goku saying that he could contend and possibly even beat Infinite Zamasu isn't really all that inconsistent. But that's kind of it for the rest of the Black Arc. The only other thing that we get is Zeno erasing Zamasu with absolutely zero effort because he thought he would win. And that leaves us with two more arcs in Dragon Ball Super. The exhibition stuff for Tournament of Power and the actual Tournament of Power. So let's go over those. Entering the Tournament of Power, phase, I should say, we are met with the stakes of universes being erased if they lose tournament. As Goku preps his team for the Tournament of Power, Goku, Gohan, and Boo all enter an exhibition match against some of the other universes briefly for the Zen's entertainment. Now, Goku squares off against an opponent called Bergamo, and when Goku turns Super Saiyan Blue against him, the gods of Universe 11 actually state that Goku's power was that in the realm of the gods. Now, this is of course pretty consistent with previous statements from the Black Arc when Goku's fighting against Zamasu, but this will also be very useful for later on. After the exhibition matches are over and before entering the Tournament of Power, Whis reveals that amongst the warriors of Universe 11, there is one warrior that is stronger than his own god of destruction. Whis also mentions how this god of destruction of Universe 11, who later on is revealed to be Belmont, is actually stronger than Beerus. Now, this raises a couple questions to us Dragon Ball fans. It raises a question on if someone's actually stronger than Beerus, and if this god of destruction in Universe 11 is actually stronger than Beerus. But in order for us to get our answers, we have to head into the actual Tournament of Power. Now, in the actual Tournament of Power, we're going to be jumping to when Goku and Jiren first start fighting, because that's when we actually get stuff from both sides. Now, before they fight, Jiren, of course, gets his very casual and famous feat of walking through the Tournament of Power and shaking the entire No realm. It's also here that when he is shaking it, Beerus seems to be shocked and maybe even scared of Jiren's power. Keep in mind, this is Jiren while he's suppressed. Now, after Goku goes all out against Jiren, demolishes him while not even trying, Goku then proceeds to use a Spirit Bomb and attacks Jiren with it. However, the Spirit Bomb was utterly useless as Jiren was still holding back massively, which is confirmed by Whis, and Goku was at the very peak of his power, and Jiren still manages to overpower Goku while holding back. Now, it's during this class that we actually get two very useful statements, one being from the Supreme Kai, and the other being from Whis. Now, the Supreme Kai states that he's never felt such force in all of his life, which is a pretty important statement for a couple of reasons. The first reason being that Kai witnessed the Power of the Battle of Gods event, and the events of the Black Arc. This will put Jiren above Beerus, Zamasu, Infinite Zamasu, and everyone else in Dragon Ball Super. Now, Whis also confirms here that the rumors of Jiren being stronger than his own god of destruction are actually true. Now, a lot of people seem to forget that this is Jiren still holding back. He's not even using a percentage of his power. I can't even explain how much power he's actually using here because he's using so little. That's why this feat's so impressive for Jiren. Now, of course, after this, Goku goes Ultra Insane and still gets whooped by Jiren, but they have a second fight, and it's actually here that Beerus actually accepts that Goku was stronger than him now while he's in Ultra Instinct. Now, this aligns with Jiren being stronger than Belmont, who's in turn stronger than Beerus, but I know a lot of Beerus fans are going to cope and bring up the fact that Belmont was only stronger than him in arm wrestling. But we also know how prideful Beerus is, so I will take this statement with a grain of salt. Now, we also just have statements that straight up say that Jiren's power is that beyond all of the gods of destruction. That's right, you heard me. All of the gods of destruction. Not one, not two, not just Belmont, not just Beerus. Every single god of destruction, Jiren is above. Then Goku's capable of matching this power against Jiren in their second rematch. So it's pretty impressive. Then we have Master Ultra Instinct Goku, which is in turn stronger than Jiren, and Limit Breaker Jiren, but he's only stronger than Limit Breaker Jiren by a very small amount. It's later on revealed after the Tournament of Power that Master Ultra Instinct was also beyond the powers of all the gods of destruction, just like Jiren. Now this is just adding on to the more consistent stuff of Jiren and Goku being above Beerus, but what about the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie? Does that add anything here? Statements in the movie of Dragon Ball Broly show us that both Goku and Vegeta have been training since the Tournament of Power ended, so Goku and Vegeta should be stronger than they previously were in the Tournament of Power, of course excluding Ultra Instinct, Master Ultra Instinct forms. Now when Goku squares up against Broly, he gets beaten pretty badly, arguably worse than what Jiren did to him, but when Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue, he's able to go toe-to-toe against Broly, to which statements actually say that Broly was the most amazing opponent and strongest opponent that Goku has ever faced up to that point in time. Now, just like Jiren, this would also put Broly above Beerus. Now, I don't know if I'd agree with Broly being stronger than Jiren, but I think that's the topic for another video. Statements also say that Broly is above a god of destruction, and that his power is so great that not even the gods of destruction can measure Broly's power. And at the end of the movie, Goku also points out how Broly is likely stronger than Beerus is. So this just adds on to all the consistency that we have from the tournament of power. So with that being said, is anyone actually stronger than Beerus in the anime? And if so, who are? Well, there's only a couple. Those being Goku with his Ultra Instinct and Mastered Ultra Instinct forms, Jiren, Gogeta, and Broly. Those are the only ones that are stronger than Beerus. However, the manga could be a different story. Does the manga change up anything? Is Beerus still stronger than Goku in the manga? Find out in the next video.